Answers to our warm-up for today. We're going to look at taking what we did yesterday and just adding one little wrinkle. And that wrinkle is we're going to connect expressions. So yesterday we did the goal was to write an expression, just like one part, one chunk. We're going to try to relate two or more expressions today by comparing. Whether they're comparing with this symbol. What's that comparison symbol? You can just say it. That's our equal to symbol. Or there's four other comparison symbols that we'll use. There's this one, there's this one, there's this one, and there's that one.
Well, what's these? Oh.
We have four other comparison symbols that we'll use. Okay. Does anyone know what this comparison symbol is called? The first one.
Less than, more than.
If it opens up to the left, it's called greater than. If it opens up to the right,
Lower than.
less than. What if it has the bar underneath of it? What's that?
Greater than or equal to.
Or equal to. So this will be greater than or equal. And the final note, that should be a less than.
Or equal to?
Or equal to. The bar underneath gives us the or equal to. Okay. So then I'm going to throw out some other words we might see, and we'll see which one do we think it fits with. So for example, what if I said something is fewer than? Which one of those five symbols do you think we're going to go with?
Less.
Okay. But if I said two quantities are the same as?
Equal.
Okay. How about if I said, how about a good one? How about no more than?
Greater than.
Could be no more than a number. We got two competing factions here. We have people think it's greater than or equal to, people think it's less than or equal to. Or no more than is a less than or equal to idea.
So a lot more than would be another one.
Well, more than, what's more than? What's more than? What should that be? What symbol should that go with?
Greater than.
More than.
What about a lot?
A lot more than is just a lot greater than, so it's still greater than.
Oh.
Okay.
Last definition.
That was a hypothetical example. That means that's not really what I think you're going to have. No.
We're going to have it.
You'll have some homework. Last hour had like 10 minutes to work, and they're generally squirrely, so hopefully you guys get more than that. Yep. No less than, no more than. Okay. And what comparison do we have here? We have an equal. Is, what we said is, if we don't see any of the other ones and we see an is, it's probably an equal sign. So then what things are equal?
3 and R.
So the sum of twice a number r and 3. Okay, how do we write the sum of twice a number r and 3? What's sum? Plus. So we're adding two things together. What are we adding together? Twice of r. How do we write twice of r?
Either r to the second power or r with like two r's.
Now that would be r squared. There's a difference.
R2.
Just r times 2, or 2 times r. Twice of r.
Like just two r's.
2 r's.
No.
Twice of r. 2r, and what else are we adding? Twice of r and 3. And then what is that equal to? And that should be equal to 11. Okay. From there, then if I asked you to solve for r, you could do that on your own. But I didn't ask you to, I just asked you to write the equation, which you'll be asked to tomorrow on your quiz as well. So we'll do one more and then I'll let you do the third one on your own. The quotient of a number n and 2 is at most 16. So first of all, what's the connecting piece here? What's our connecting symbol, Angela? Is, do we see any other connecting symbols?
Number.
At most.
I said we're only going to use is if we don't see the other anything else. Okay, so we see at most. What's at most a symbol for?
Addition. Less than or equal to. I totally meant
We're not. We're just guessing here. Less than or equal to it. It's one of the ones that we just wrote down. So then something is less than or equal to something else. Right. So what's the first piece?
Division.
It's quotient's division, and what is being divided?
N.
N divided by 2. We can write division by the fraction bar. And then that's compared to at most what? 16.
I thought it was less than.
You should have seen. We're going to compare Q to two numbers. Q is at least 5. So we have Q at least 5.
I knew that.
At least. If you're at least as tall as me, could you be shorter than me?
No.
No, you have to be my height or taller. So if you're at least as tall as me, you're my height or bigger. So you have to be that or more. More than. Q is at least 5. And also, Q is, how does Q compare to 17? Less than 17. So Q is also less than 17. Would be two separate inequalities that you could write.
Could you combine?
They're rewriting this first one so that the variable is now in the middle of the two, and they open in the same direction. I'll write this as one called compound inequality. Compound like compound sentence, like put two inequalities together to form one. This is a compound inequality. Okay. If I ask you to check if something is a solution, what are we going to do? What do you do to check if something's a solution to an equation? Oh, come on. Last hour was so excited. They thought this was really easy. Okay, then what do we do? We plug it in for the variable and then check to see if the equation or inequality is true. So if I plug in, say, 5 for D, I have 24 minus 3 times 5. Is that equal to 9? See, 3 times 5 is 15, so 24 minus 15 equals 9. What's 24 minus 15? Does 9 equal 9? Is 9 equal to 9?
Yes.
Please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, 9 is equal to 9. So then, yes, this is a solution to this equality. Okay. On your own, what you need to do right now is twofold. First, you're going to finish these three. You're going to give me a yes or no. Is 5 a solution to these three? When you finish with that, you're going to do, without using a calculator and without using pen and paper, you're going to tell me the answer to these 4 mental math problems and write them in the boxes. Okay? You can use the calculator up here, get an answer, write it down. Tell me yes or no. When you finish with these 3, then you do the 4 in the box on your own, in your head, without using any extra aid. And just write the answer now. You end up with 15 plus 14 plus 4 equals 18. 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 does not equal 18. No. You end up with, let's see, 10 minus 7 is less than or equal to 3, or 3 is less than or equal to 3. Yeah, 3 is less than or equal to 3. In this case, you get 4 plus 15 is greater than 19. 19 greater than 19. No, 19 is not bigger than 19. 19 is the same as 19. Okay? Solve using mental math. You should have gotten y is 5. A is 9. C is 4. And H is 28. Or what you should have gotten using mental math. Okay. Okay. Those are things I'd expect you guys to be able to do in your heads without needing calculators or things like that. Okay, last two. First one, Sarah's enrolled in a guitar class. Her enrollment fee is $25. She paid a total of $70 for the enrollment fee and 3 lessons. What's the cost of 3 lessons and how much did each lesson cost? Well, let's see. I don't have a variable in here yet. What would be a good thing that we were trying to find? What are we trying to find? Eventually. Cost of 3 lessons, and even more importantly, how about the cost of each lesson? So I'm going to say L is the cost of each lesson. L for lesson. You could use C for cost. That's fine too. But I'm going to use L for lesson. So what's an expression for the amount of money I can spend? What's an expression for that? Well, yeah? 25 plus 3L is how much money I'll spend, and then I know that I did spend is exactly equal to 70. Absolutely.
That's what I did.
Okay. So then, if I want to get L by itself, what's the first thing we should do?
Both sides.
Subtract 25 from both sides. That means 3L is 70 minus 25 is exactly 45. Oh, look at that. What's the cost of 3 lessons? 3L is equal to 45.
15. Oh my god.
So that means 3 lessons is $45. And then what's 1 lesson cost?
$50.
Divide each side by 3 and you get L is 15, or 1 lesson is $15. Yes? No less than should be is a symbol for greater than or equal to $610. And we want our money that we're making to be greater than or equal to that. So is 22 times 28 greater than this, greater than or equal to 610? And if it is, then you'll say yes. If it's not, you'll say no. What do we get? Is it bigger than or equal to? Yes. Yes, it is.